Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, A Good Day to Die Hard from 2013. It's the fifth and final film in the Die Hard collection, is directed by John Moore, and stars Bruce Willis and Jai Courtney. Jai Courtney. Yeah, this movie is a turd, but it has one scene where if you'll blink, you'll miss Jai Courtney taking his shirt off for precisely half a second. And you know what? Worth it. Just like the extended edition of the original Suicide Squad is worth it for the scene of him in the buff towards the end of the film. I should point out that I reviewed the extended edition of A Good Day to Die Hard, which adds a whole 3 minutes to the runtime, making the film 111 minutes long, which still makes it the shortest Die Hard film, as the rest are at least 2 hours long each. But thank goodness this film is as short as it is, because we get in, are greatly disappointed, and then get out fairly quickly without having to suffer too much. Real quick, I just want to address the Die Hard series' phobia of flying and hatred of helicopters. As a helicopter gets the fuck blown out of it in Die Hard, the entire climax of the film is a helicopter getting blown up by a downed power line in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Live Free or Die Hard has a car v helicopter scene where neither wins, and in A Good Day to Die Hard they do a trick similar to Die Hard with a Vengeance and tie up everything by killing the villains on their helicopter in the end of the film. There's also all that stuff about fear of flying in Die Hard, and as for Die Hard 2 Die Harder, several planes are blown up and an airport in trouble is the focus of the entire film. The Die Hard series hates flight, and it's probably to be found on the weekends, pissing on the Wright brothers' graves. But I need to state again that this is by far the worst the Die Hard franchise has to offer. And thanks to a diagnosis of aphasia, which I don't have time to go into, but it's pretty fucked up, Bruce Willis will not be making any additional Die Hard films. Even though there is always talk of a new film coming down the pipe, it luckily never happens. Seriously, let the franchise die, Hollywood. It had more ups than downs and more wins than losses, and that's a good place to go out on. Don't get cocky, which I'm aware goes against the whole philosophy of John McClane, but you get what I mean. A Good Day to Die Hard is no good, and I need to state that a third time because it desperately wants to be big and brash, and instead it's just big and dumb. There's hardly any breathing room in this film as it goes from one action setup to the next, and if you're lucky there might be a brief scene in between giving you time to catch your breath. I'm giving A Good Day to Die Hard a D+ because at least Jai Courtney is pretty to look at, and yes, I'm being shallow on this one. Tomorrow it's the 1987 romance Dirty Dancing. See y'all then.